The Kissimmee River Basin, the northern portion of the Everglades, encompasses over 2,000 square miles, about 25% of the Everglades ecosystem. To appreciate the Kissimmee Basin's charm requires more than just a casual glance. Its expansive waters yield a wealth of biodiversity and wonder. Florida has been one of the fastest-growing states in the country, known for its balmy climate, sandy, sugary beaches, blue springs, rivers and streams, freshwater lakes, and of course, Walt Disney World. Here in the heartland of the Sunshine State, the water flowing south of Disney is the beginning of Florida's other world-famous attraction, the Everglades. This is a story about the headwaters of the Everglades, the vast landscapes, and how decisions of the past still affect our lives today.
My people were coming into Florida. These herds of cattle were wandering around, so they just took them over, and not to mention cattle, but horses.
But they would soon encounter a force far more powerful than even Florida's harsh weather.
As Florida became a territory in 1821, and our adversary, the man that we hated most, became the leader of it, and that is Andy Jackson. He was appointed the first governor. And so by 1819, the first Seminole War broke out, and it was all about slavery, and it was all about taking the cattle and taking over, and all along the patriots knew they wanted Florida, and they would get it somehow one day.
In the Second Seminole War, underestimating the unforgiving Florida wilderness proved to be a costly mistake for General Zachary Taylor and his troops at the Battle of Lake Okeechobee.
In 1983, Bob Graham had been governor a couple of years at that point in time. The environmentalists were not happy with the way the governor was going about protecting the environment. And this magazine with Christy Brinkley on the front came out, and I handed this to Bob Graham in a staff meeting, and I said, "Governor, the good news is on the cover. The bad news starts on page 82. And there's what it said: "There's trouble in paradise."
The feature article delivered a scathing indictment of Florida's water management and the effects of drainage. This not only depletes the water storage capacity of the limestone aquifers below, but also degrades the surface water. In many locations, Floridians have, in essence, run a hose from their toilet to the kitchen faucet.
And when Bob Graham read that article, he was embarrassed. And he asked me to stay after that meeting, and the rest is history. In August of 1983, Bob Graham announced the Save the Everglades program. From the day of that magazine until August of 1983, I worked endlessly with Bob Graham's hands-on help, putting together the Save the Everglades program. And it said, number one, restore the Kissimmee River, protect the Florida panther, recover Everglades National Park, restore water flow through the Everglades.
In 1990, the state and Congress authorized the restoration of 25 miles of the C-38 canal and to restore the Kissimmee headwaters.